Oh my gosh. Let's go. Ryan Garcia claps back at Canelo Alvarez. Payday, you want payday. I know that. He claps back at him. I knew this was coming. Ryan Garcia can't stay off social media. He said Canelo don't know the facts. So we're going to talk about all that and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Subscribe. Now, I made a video. Canelo said this. Roll the clip.
A lot of fighters come to the gym, and really good fighters, and he come all the time. But if he saw, you come today, train 20 minutes, and then go, and then you don't come 4 days or 3 days.
So he says you come to the gym for 20 minutes or so, and then you don't come back to the gym for 3 or 4 days. That's a problem.
And then next day you say, hey, I come in at 12, and you come at 2. So
he said then the next day when you do come back to the gym, you say you're going to come at 12 and you don't show up till 2.
You need to be disciplined, right?
You need to be disciplined. Now, I made a video about that. Check Eddy. He did a video, the exclusive, where he got that interview. Ryan Garcia has since responded. I knew this was coming, and this is what Ryan Garcia. Listen, on my channel, I'm the best in the business, and I give you both sides of the coin. You know, I've already talked about the Canelo standpoint based on what he said in that interview with Eddy, and this is Ryan Garcia's rebuttal to what you just heard. Canelo doesn't know the facts. The first camp I had with Eddy, Reynoso, it went great. Then everything went bad. Eddy, he only showed up 2 weeks before the Fonseca fight, and that's when I asked my manager to talk to him about finding a new trainer. Virgil Ortiz left because Eddy never showed. So he's throwing somebody else into the mix. Virgil Ortiz, who is no longer working with Eddy. Well, actually, I think there was rumors that he was going to potentially work with Eddy Reynoso, and then that didn't turn out. He says Frank Sanchez had a fight where Eddy Reynoso only showed up the day of the fight. So ask Canelo to explain that. Ooh. Let's stop the back and forth and focus on the fights at hand. By the way, I got nothing but respect for Eddy. It's just the truth. So, you know, Ryan wants to say his piece and make it clear because, he felt the type of way or whatnot. He didn't like what was being said about him. He says, I am on a mission. The truth is the fights, everything else is static noise. And he says, if you think Joe Goosen takes it easy in training, you must not know who Joe Goosen is. Previously, Canelo said, look, Ryan has a lot of talent, but I look at him and I don't see him 100% dedicated. And to us, that's a bad signal. We always remind Ryan as a team to come to the gym, to train and to learn because you need to be in the gym. You are learning day by day, and the very minimum fighting 5 times a year. When I was beginning my career, I did 15 fights in 1 year. So he needs to be a bit more dedicated. This was Canelo's interview with Complex, and this is what he said about Ryan Garcia. And now the situation is getting complex. You see what I did there? I said that was Canelo's interview with Complex. Now the whole situation is getting complex. That's a bar. Write that down. So that's both sides of it. Ryan Garcia is saying his piece, and he's saying, hey, Eddy, he was the one that couldn't make time for me. So he's claiming that. And Canelo Alvarez is apparently sticking to his guns and what he's previously said and saying Ryan's lacking discipline. Ryan, you heard in his response, he said Canelo don't know the half of it. He don't know the full story or what he's talking about. Let me know what you guys believe. Me, I really tend to, in this situation, not to pick sides because I don't have a side, so to speak, but I side, or I believe Canelo and what he's saying, just based on the situation. Is Canelo, one, he's 31, and what he's saying seems kind of like what we've seen from Ryan Garcia. A lot of people question Ryan Garcia's not talent level, but they question his dedication. Like, this has kind of been an ongoing subject even before Canelo said these things. Like Ryan Garcia, he's doing body shot challenges. He's punching Aiden Ross and Twitch streamers, and he almost seems like he wants to be in that world more than the world of boxing. And for me, I always look at personal gain, in situations like this. And 31-year-old Canelo, he's accomplished, he's storied, he makes money. You know, so it's not like he's jealous of Ryan Garcia because Ryan making money and he's not making money. So really, what reason does Canelo have to try to, and it's someone that was in his gym, you know? So why would Canelo I don't see the rationale in it. I know people sometimes do things that don't make sense or lie or whatever the situation, but what reason would Canelo even have to state this stuff? You know, Eddy Reynoso, I haven't really heard his take on it. Ryan's blaming him, saying he didn't have time for me. And I don't know. Canelo's saying it's Ryan's lack of discipline. The other thing you would have to question is Canelo, he's been fighting since he was a pro, age 15. I don't know exactly what year he got with Eddy Reynoso, but I know that Eddy Reynoso and Canelo have been together for years, and Canelo has showed he's disciplined and a consummate professional with his craft. So if Eddy Reynoso was like unreliable, then how has it worked for Canelo and him so well? You know what I mean? Where they made it work. And then the other thing is other fighters, the bottom line is if you have a gym and you have a guy such as Canelo who's a breadwinner fighter, yeah, they're paying the bills. It's their gym. They're keeping the lights on. So without a doubt, in those situations, Eddy Reynoso, he's going to have to take care of his cash cow. But, I mean, that's just common sense stuff we're dealing with. When Freddie Roach had Manny Pacquiao, it's up to my promoter. You know, he had Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto. They're the biggest stars in his gym. It's not that he has no disrespect towards Gabe Rosado or Victor Postal, but if they got to fight or somebody else got to fight and they're like, let's say, you got Pacquiao and Cotto, or I believe Freddie Roach trained Mercita Hesta at one point, you know, or Victor Postal. You, of course, are going to have to put your eggs in the basket of your breadwinner, a guy like Pacquiao. I mean, this just makes all the sense in the world. So even if Eddy Reynoso has a strict schedule, that's to be expected. They're going to take care of their breadwinner. Canelo represents more for Eddy Reynoso. Canelo is the reason why Eddy Reynoso's got trainer of the year and stuff, moreover than any other person in that gym. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia didn't have no moments or fights or pay-per-view. He's never been on pay-per-view, stuff like that, to the point where he would be responsible solely for Eddy Reynoso becoming fighter of the year, trainer of the year, whatever you want to call it. Canelo became undisputed. He gets trainer of the year. That's how that works. So it sounds to me, this is just my opinion, sounds more on Ryan Garcia's side. I think he's young. He's, you know, found a lane in terms of having all these subscribers, and he wants things his way. And Eddy Reynoso just comes across as like more of an old school guy, and you have to be disciplined, and you're going to probably have to work with his schedule more than he has to work with your schedule. So he's going to be no nonsense in that regard. Let me know how I did in this video. I want to give you guys the best content 2022, so subscribe to the channel. I also give you guys both sides of the coin, whether it's heads or it's tails. I'll let you know what Canelo paid. I was born ready. I'll let you know what Canelo had to say. This is what Ryan Garcia had to say. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.